Elastic limit, that point where a material takes the strain and snaps back to shape. Push past it and it deforms for good, or breaks clean in half. My shoulder blew past that limit a long time ago. Now I'm learning I can't keep tensing everything, or I'll shatter for real. The physical therapy room at school reeks of rubbing alcohol mixed with the rubbery stink of exercise balls and medical tape. The PT doc presses gently into my left shoulder, and I grit my teeth to keep from groaning. Sharp pain shoots from the joint straight down my arm, like someone's cranking a bolt way too tight. Chronic tendinitis. That tendon's been inflamed forever. You've pushed way past your limit. No rest, no light work, no change in how you move. It'll tear completely. Then it's surgery. Guaranteed. I nod, but my brain's already in the shop. If I can't heft a heavy wrench, can't torque a bolt by hand, can't crawl under a chassis anymore, what the hell do I even do there? My hands are the only thing I've ever been proud of. The only thing that makes me feel like I'm not useless. And now even that's slipping. When I get home, Matt clocks the way my left hand trembles just opening the door. He sets his book down, crosses the room in 2 steps, and wraps his fingers around my wrist, gentle, careful. You've got to learn to manage it. You can't keep muscling through everything. His voice is calm, steady, but his eyes are all worry. I let out a long breath and drop onto the couch. My left shoulder throbs like someone just punched it. I know, but if I'm not using my hands, what am I? He tugs me into the kitchen, opens his laptop on the little table. I wrote you a simple garage management algorithm. Job scheduling, repair time estimates, parts inventory, even low stock alerts. You just have to learn the interface. No more wrenching 8 hours straight. He sits close, thigh pressed to mine, fingers flying over the keys. Spreadsheets and charts pop up on the screen. At first it's just dry numbers, confusing as hell. But then he explains, soft, patient, the same tone he used back when he tutored me in physics at the Lincoln Library, and it clicks. It's like tuning an engine. Find the balance point, cut the friction, smooth the flow. We work late. My hand covers his when he points at the screen, skin warm, his fingers slim but strong. He laughs quietly, turns to look at me. You taught me how the real world works. I'm teaching you how to manage it. We balance each other. I pull him closer and kiss him, slow, easy. The kiss lingers. My good hand slides around his waist under the soft hoodie, feeling the lean lines of him press against my chest. My shoulder still aches, but the pain fades into the background because he's here, taking some of the weight. We end up on the bed. He rests his head on my right shoulder, fingers tracing lightly over the taped-up left arm. Rest. I'm not going anywhere. I lie there, listening to his steady breathing, feeling his warmth spread through me. My elastic limit? Long gone. I'm deformed, reshaped. But with Matt beside me, I don't have to spring back alone anymore. He's the counterforce that helps me settle into a new shape. Not the old one, the tight-jawed quarterback who powered through everything, but a man who can lean on someone else, who can manage instead of just enduring. Hybrid, 2 different power sources that have to sync perfectly to make real torque. If the timing's off, you get grinding gears, black smoke, and a breakdown. That's us, theory and hands-on reality. We only work when we mesh. The test run happens right on the MIT campus, in an empty lot behind the lab building. Late afternoon sky is flat gray, wind off the Charles River slicing cold right through my jacket. The prototype hybrid Matt's team built looks like a Frankenstein rig. Beat-up body borrowed from Sal's garage, my upgraded autocycle gas engine, their lithium-ion pack and electric drivetrain from the lab. Fresh rubber, hot oil, and the sharp metallic tang of recent welding hit me when I popped the hood. Matt stands outside, tablet in hand, tracking live data. His eyes are bright with that nerd excitement. We've optimized battery efficiency to 92%. Just need the mechanical side to sync and it'll run smooth. I ran the sims. There's no reason it should fail. His voice is confident, but I catch the undercurrent of nerves. I slide into the driver's seat. The wheel vibrates faintly under my palms. Old leather and warm plastic fill my nose. I fire it up, the gas engine purrs clean. Switch to hybrid mode, and it rolls a few feet before jerking hard. Check engine light strobes red. Engine coughs like a stuck piston. Matt frowns at his screen. Compatibility issue. Battery voltage isn't matching the ECU. Sims said it should be fine. I kill the engine, lift the hood. Hot smoke blasts my face. I trace the wiring, feeling the still warm insulation. Sims are great, but real life doesn't always follow the math. Let me look. I drop to my back on the cold concrete. Flashlight clenched in my teeth, peering up into the guts. Wind whistles through gaps. I feel the leftover engine hum in my fingertips. Follow the ground wire. Loose ground wire. Batteries dumping unevenly. ECUs reading garbage. Plus the engine mounts off by maybe 2 degrees. Enough to throw interference. I tighten the ground bolt, sharp metallic snap in the quiet. Then I shim the mount angle by feel, listening to the vibration change under my hands. Matt watches from above, worry shifting to something like awe. When I stand, wiping grease on my jeans, he asks, "How'd you know?" There's no sensor for that. I give a half smile, voice rough from dust. Because I touched it. Machines talk through vibration, heat, sound. I listen with my hands and ears, not just a screen. Your theory's beautiful, but it needs the real world to breathe. I crank it again. This time it rolls butter smooth. Seamless shift from electric to gas. Engine humming low like it's whispering secrets. We loop the lot, wind whipping through the open windows, wet asphalt smell rising. Matt's in the passenger seat, gripping the door but grinning wide. You were right. I leaned too hard on the Sims. Without you, this thing would still be bucking. We coast to a stop. I kill the engine and turn to him. See? Hybrid isn't just battery and engine. It's sync. You've got the brain, I've got the hands. Together we go far. He looks at me a long beat, eyes lit with something new. Then he leans over and kisses me. Quick, warm, grateful. Thank you. I need you more than I realized. We sit in the quiet car a minute, my hand resting on his thigh, feeling the heat of him through denim. Wind rattles outside, but inside it's warming up. This hybrid project isn't just about the car. It's proof that 2 mismatched forces, when they finally sync, make something stronger than either one alone. Turbulence, the chaos that shakes everything, throws you off course, makes the whole system feel like it's about to tear apart. But if you wait it out, let it cool, the turbulence settles on its own. And everything runs smooth again. White night in the shop, clock past 3 a.m. The oil extractor fan drones on and on, mixing with the frantic clack of Matt's keyboard. He's hunched over his laptop screen, eyes bloodshot, hair a mess, gripping the mouse like he wants to snap it in half. A tiny bug in the hybrid control algorithm he wrote for the project. Something so small it's embarrassing, but it's making the whole system ignore commands from the battery pack. He's been debugging for 6 straight hours. Recompiling, clearing cache, rewriting functions from scratch. Still crashes. The screen flashes angry red. Segmentation fault. Core dumped. Matt slams his palm on the table. The sharp smack echoes in the empty shop. Fuck. Why does it keep failing? I've checked every goddamn line. His voice cracks higher than usual, trembling with frustration and exhaustion. Matt almost never loses it. He's always calm, always logical. But tonight the turbulence has pushed him right to the edge. I set my long cold coffee mug down and step up behind him. My hand settles lightly on his shoulder, no sudden moves. Hey, pause for a second. He shakes his head, eyes glued to the code. Can't. If I don't fix this tonight, the committee asks tomorrow, and what do I say? I can't let the whole project tank because of one stupid bug. I don't argue. I just reach around, gently pry his hand off the keyboard. His fingers are ice cold, shaking from clenching too long. Matt, look at me. He finally turns. Eyes red-rimmed, lips pressed tight. I pull him up out of the chair and lead him to the corner where Sal's old metal stool sits. Sit. He drops onto it but keeps staring back at the screen like it's got him hypnotized. I kneel in front of him, take both his hands in mine. Sometimes you gotta let the engine cool before you try cranking it again. Code's the same. You keep forcing it, it overheats, throws more errors. Let it rest. Let yourself rest. Matt exhales hard, voice breaking open. I'm scared. Scared I'm not good enough. Scared I'll fail in front of everybody. In front of you. I squeeze his hands tighter, feeling the chill slowly thaw under my rough palms. You don't have to be good enough alone. And I don't give a shit if you fix the bug tonight or not. I only care that you're still here, still breathing, still gonna smile at me in the morning. I pull him to his feet and wrap my arms around him from behind. Chin on his shoulder, warm breath against his neck. He slowly relaxes, shoulders dropping, leaning back into my chest. You're not mad I couldn't fix it? I huff a quiet laugh, voice rough. Mad about what? Bugs are bugs. Tomorrow you'll be clear-headed, look at it fresh, and spot it in 10 minutes. Right now you need sleep. I need you to sleep. I guide him over to the beat-up sofa in the corner, the one Sal keeps for late nights. I lie down first, tug him on top so he's curled against my chest. Matt tucks in tight, head in the hollow of my shoulder, arms slung around my waist. I stroke slow circles down his back, feeling the lean lines of him finally unwind, breathing even out. Sleep, I whisper. Tomorrow I'll drive you home, make coffee, and we'll debug together. Side by side. He nods against me, eyes already closing. Thanks for being patient with me. I stay still, listening to his steady breaths, the distant hum of the extractor fan. The turbulence in his head has settled. Not because the code's fixed, but because he knows he's not facing it alone. I tighten my hold just a little. My left shoulder throbs, but I ignore it. Patience isn't waiting around. The staying right here, letting the other person cool off, then restarting together. Next morning, sunlight slips through the roll-up door. Matt wakes up brighter-eyed. We sit side by side with fresh coffee. 20 minutes later he spots it. A loose line in the interrupt handler. One fix, system purrs clean. He turns to me, grinning wide. You were right. Had to let it cool first. I lean over and kiss his forehead, tasting faint coffee on his skin. See? Turbulence isn't the enemy. Give it time, it settles on its own. Gravity, the force that drags you down, keeps you locked in the old orbit. But once you cut it loose, you don't fall forever. You can rise, or at least stand solid on ground you chose yourself. The lawyer's office is in a cold glass tower downtown Boston. Smell of fresh printer paper, expensive coffee, and cedar cologne hanging in the air. I sit across from a polished wood desk, cheap ballpoint in my calloused fingers. The document in front of me is thick, black type crisp, waiver of inheritance rights and termination of financial support. My name, Christopher Harlan, typed under party of the first part. Below it, my father's signature, Richard Harlan. Already there, stiff and steady, not a tremor in sight. The lawyer, mid-40s, gray suit, thin wire frames, speaks in flat professional monotone. Just sign here and here. After that, all inheritance rights, financial support, and legal ties to Mr. Richard Harlan end permanently. Irrevocable. I run my rough fingertip over the paper. The smooth stock feels alien against skin used to grease and metal. My heart thuds heavy. Not fear, just the wide empty space about to open up. No more Harlan name to carry. No more father to prove anything to. Just me, Chris, the mechanic with the aching left shoulder and a small garage trying to stay afloat. I sign. My signature's ugly. Ink smears a little from the slight shake in my hand, but it's clear. I slide the document back. He nods, stamps it, hands me a copy. Done. Good luck. Outside, Boston sky is flat gray, wind slicing cold across my face like a blade. I stand on the sidewalk, photocopy fluttering in my grip, feeling strangely weightless. Not triumphant shouting, just a hollow relief, like an engine finally rid of the counterweight crushing the piston. Old gravity severed. I'm free. Freedom can feel pretty damn cold, though. I text Matt. It's done. Celebrate tonight. He replies instantly, "Yeah, I'll head home early. Pick wherever you want." We meet at a little Italian place along the Charles. Not fancy, just warm yellow lights, garlic sizzling, fresh bread smell thick in the air. Matt's already there, tucked in the corner booth, black hoodie, eyes lighting up when he sees me. I slide in across from him, push the copy of the papers over. "Here, signed." Nothing pulling me back to Lincoln anymore. He schemes it, then looks at me for a long beat. "You okay?" His voice is soft. Under the table his hand finds mine. I squeeze back, feeling those slim, warm fingers. Yeah, weird. Thought it'd hurt more. But right now I just feel light, like I finally got the weight off my shoulders. We eat slow. Tomato sauce and melted cheese scents fill the space. Quiet clink of fork on porcelain. Matt talks about his day in the lab, voice gentler than usual. Then he stops, meets my eyes. I'm kind of lost too. Graduation's coming, PhD fellowship lined up, but I don't know if I want to keep going or jump into real work. I'm scared. Scared I'll choose wrong. Scared I won't keep up with you. You built everything from nothing. I set my fork down, grip his hand tighter. You don't have to keep up with me. We're not racing. Whatever you choose, I'm here. PhD? I'm proud. Industry job? Even prouder. Because no matter what, you're still Matt, the only person who makes me want to get up every morning. I don't need you perfect. I just need you next to me. Matt ducks his head, eyes glistening. You always know exactly what to say to calm me down. He looks up, small smile. Thank you. We leave when it's fully dark. Walk along the Charles, wind sharp against our faces, but our hands stay locked. I pull him back against me, arms around his waist, chin on his shoulder. From now on, no old gravity dragging us down. Just us, two free guys, picking our own orbit. He turns in my arms, kisses me under the sodium streetlight. Deep, slow, faint red wine taste on his lips. My hands tighten on his waist, feeling him press warm and solid against me. We stand like that, wind blowing past, but it doesn't feel cold anymore. Old gravity cut loose. Now we're not falling, we're flying. Together, on a trajectory we drew ourselves. Commitment is like torquing a bolt. Get it right and everything holds solid. Overdo it, strip the threads, and the whole thing falls apart. Late afternoon in Sal's shop. The smell of motor oil and cooling metal hangs heavy as the machines wind down. Sal's perched on his old iron stool, unlit cigarette between his fingers, staring straight at me. He's not a talker, but today's different. Kid, I'm old. Back shot, hands shake. Can't keep up anymore. I want to sell the shop. Not to some suit with deep pockets, to you. Installments, no interest. You pull it off, it's yours. You can't. I shut the doors. I stand frozen, fingers clamped around the handle of a greasy wrench. Metal creaks under the pressure. This shop, the oil-stained concrete, rusted tin roof, beat-up tool racks, is my territory now. Where I paint yellow lines on the floor, where I found pieces of myself again. But buying it, that's a massive commitment. Monthly payments, no interest but still debt, responsibility to Sal, to the guys who work here, to myself. You sure about this? My voice comes out rough, echoing in the quiet. Sal nods once, low and sure. Dead sure. You got the hands, got the head. I watch you work like I did at your age. Not for the paycheck, but because you like hearing an engine purr when it's right. I don't want this place going to some flipper who sees dollar signs. You take it, I retire, go home to my wife and the garden. I don't answer right away. Back at the apartment. It's dark. Matt isn't home yet. I sit at the little kitchen table, flip open the laptop, start drafting a business plan. Something I've never done in my life. Keys clack under my fingers. Leftover cold coffee scent drifts from the mug nearby. I run the numbers. Revenue from hybrid repairs, parts costs, payroll, Sal's payments. Dry figures on the screen, but the picture's clear. If we execute, the shop survives. If we screw up, debt piles up, everything crumbles. Matt gets home late, hair wind-tossed, eyes brightening when he sees me hunched over the screen. What are you working on? I slide the laptop toward him. Sal wants to sell me the shop. Payments. I'm putting together a plan. Want you to look. He drops into the chair beside me, scans the spreadsheets, charts, projections. Doesn't speak at first, just types a few quick lines, tweaking the parts inventory algorithm, smoothing the repair schedule. Then he turns to me, expression dead serious. This plan's solid, but the risk is real. You sure? This isn't fixing one car. This is carrying the whole shop, the people in it. I hold his gaze. I'm sure, because this is something I built from nothing. Not to prove shit to anybody, just to have something that's really mine. Ours. I take his hand. But I need you, not just to review numbers. I want you as partner. If I do this, you're in it with me, co-owner, co-decider. What do you think? Matt gives a small smile, fingers tightening around mine. I invest brainpower, code, time. You invest skill, sweat. Together, this shop doesn't just survive. It runs hard. We end up in bed. Matt's head on my chest, my fingers running through his hair. You scared? He whispers. I exhale slow. Yeah, scared of the debt, scared of failing, scared of dragging you down with me. But I'm more scared of never trying. I want us to have something solid, not Sal's garage, but ours. He lifts his head, kisses me soft. A faint salt taste from the day's work on his lips. The kiss deepens, slow and unhurried. My hand slides to his waist, pulling him closer, feeling the warmth of him pressed against me. I'm not scared, he murmurs against my mouth, because I know you won't let us crash. And if we do, we get up together. Next morning I meet Sal. I hand him the printed plan, thick stack of pages. Here's what I've got. If you're good with it, I'll make the payments on time. He reads through, eyes sharpening, nods once. I'm in. You can do this. Now torque that bolt down, kid. Don't strip the threads. I sign the installment agreement. Hand shakes a little, not from fear, from the rush. Commitment locked in tight. The shop's ours now, not the past, not my father's shadow, but a future we're building with our own hands.